dear students. Today we're going to talk about change management and implementation of total quality management. At the end of this chapter, you'll be able to define the concepts of change and change management, analyze the factors causing change, explain the implementation process of total quality management. We need to know first the word of change. What does it mean? In the literature, we can see some of them just explain an act or process through which something becomes different. Some of them explain the substitution of thing for another, or an alteration or modification. So, change management, in this case, refers to continuous process of change in organizations or in businesses. So change management refers to planning, organizing, leading, and controlling a change process in an organization. For what? To improve its performance and achieve the predetermined sets of strategic objectives. Is defined as adoption of a new idea or behavior by an organization. Also, change management is a movement of an organization away from its present state and toward where some desired future, for what increase its effectiveness. Change management is the ability of the business to produce new products and services, ideas, and develop new processes by managing the change processes. The businesses, they are doing this because they want to achieve their goals and they want to reach their desired position in the future. It's divided two categories named planned and unplanned changes. Planned change means manager have initiated and planned the change process and implement change in line with the needs determined. Unplanned change is not planned. It just came up. It just suddenly changes we need as a businesses. That's why internal and external factors, they have to look at it and they have to adopt the sudden changes in the unplanned changes. Accordingly, if change in a business affects certain departments, if the strategy, values, and missions of the business are not affected by this change, we define it's an incremental change. These changes are the results of continuous development effort. Radical or strategic change affects the whole organization and redefines the businesses. All changes in organizations take place to adapt to changes inside or outside circumstances. Because whatever have done in the inside and outside will cause a change in the organization. External factors are those internal factors are characterized by changes realized within the organization boundaries, and manager can control them. Internal factors, they can control because it's in the organizational boundaries. But external factors, managers cannot control, not in the organizational boundaries, and the external factors that we're talking about: technology, globalization, competition, economic conditions, political and legal conditions, and the last we're talking about social trends. Internal factors, as in listed, innovation, organizational failure, and expectations of employees we talked about. Sometimes the change may not be pleased by workers in the organization or whoever in the organization. Some of the people may support the change, some of them may not. They could resist the change. They don't accept the change. And because of that, resistance to change will occur in the organizations. There are some problems, some reasons actually about the resistance to change. First one is self-interest. The second one could be a misunderstanding between managers and workers. That could be a different evaluations about it. That could be a low tolerance about change. And factors causing change, the first one, organizational change approaches. How change can be realized in the organization and what steps change process consists of. In this context, we could talk about Kurt Levin's examine and the John Cutter's approaches. Kurt Levin's has three-step model. The first one, unfreezing, is the distribution of routines of existing habits we're talking about. The second one, moving, the changes implemented and desired structure. After the change process is completed, we're talking about refreeze phase. To make new structure permanent, we're talking about. Cutter argues that there are common steps taken by businesses. There are 8 steps. The first one, establishing a sense of urgency. The second one, creating the guiding correlation. The third one, developing a vision and a strategy. The fourth one, communicating the change vision. The fifth one, empowering employees by broad-based action. The sixth one, generating short-term wins. The seventh one, consolidating gains and producing more change. The eighth one, entering new approaches in the culture. Total quality management is a management technique based on continuous development in order to meet desires and needs of customers. So, with TQM applications, all processes, products, and information flow in business can change. Implementation process has 3 stages. First one is preparation, the second one planning, the third one mistakes causing unsuccessful TQM practices. There are some major barriers about total quality management. Not to examine the practices of other businesses, the first one. Not to plan the quality process, not to insist the process of change, and not to allocate sufficient support resources for TQM applications. We could talk about those barriers in total quality management. In this chapter, we define the concepts of change and change management. We analyze the factors causing change. We explain the implementation process of total quality management. Have a nice day and have a nice, good semester.